I thought I had made this video previously, but some reason I can't find it, so I thought I'd just make a really simplified version of it, and it is, let's just get into it, simply being how to find out, is this company cruelty free? I get asked quite often, not just in comments, but in personal messages. So I really want to address that. It's something that's important to me. So I'm going to break it up into parts and make it as simple, as easy to understand as possible. And I'll always try and put this link as an update and reminder in my videos and previous videos, so people can pass this knowledge along and find out if company's honest or not. So let's get into it. So first I'm going to go with the easier, if there's such a thing, part of it. The things to test, to check websites if a company that you can rely on would be Leaping Bunny. Leaping Bunny, again, I'm putting all the links to everything I'm talking about in the down bar. And so leapingbunny.org, they check to see companies that they're not testing, and not only do they check in with the companies but also the suppliers, and they're quite reliable. Now, one thing to keep in mind is you'll see in some companies have a pink, or some say it's a purple square beside the company name. Example, The Body Shop, who's owned by L'Oreal, who test on animals. They say the Body Shop's cruelty free. However, your money is being sent to L'Oreal so that they can test on animals, so you have to decide what's right for you. But in my opinion, it's the same thing. You're just using your money to support a company who tests on animals. So that would be one I would, if there's a pink or purple square beside it, personally I would not support that company since they're testing on animals. Same thing with Urban Decay, owned by L'Oreal. So you have to make your own decision on that. Next point, to make it really simple, I was going to try as simple as possible, is PETA. PETA does some great work. I'm not saying PETA is amazing, but there are some good things that they do. And with companies, you can rely on their list of companies that do test. Now hear me right where it says do test, and again the link's down below. If it says the company does test, you know not to buy from them. However, I wish their do not test list was updated, and unfortunately myself and many other cruelty-free YouTubers and many people, not just on YouTube, have found that that list is not accurate and up to date. So please, my personal advice from research and others is do not look at PETA's do not test list, only look at do test. So cruelty-free list from Leaping Bunny is great, do not test list. Now what happens if you can't find the company who's on it? Well, then the next thing to do, and you can also do this as well even if they're on Leaping Bunny, because you're a consumer and you have the right to know what they say. So definitely feel free to email a company whenever you like and ask them their policies. And that's what these questions are down below, and I'm just going to quickly read them to you. And again, they're down below. Questions, there's 7 questions. You don't have to ask the last question. It's a vegan question, but let's just get into it. So does your company test ingredients or finished products on animals? This is from Veggiebeauty, who makes pumpkin and poppy cosmetics. Christy, she's great. The second question, do you test ingredients or products on animals through a third party? 3, do your manufacturers test ingredients or products on animals? 4, are you owned or affiliated with any companies that test products or ingredients on animals? 5, do you or your parent company currently or have plans to market and sell your products in the Chinese market, which requires animal testing by law to sell in that country? I'm going to touch on that question again in a second. Do you use palm oil, carnauba wax in your products? If so, is it from organic and sustainable source? You can decide whether or not you want to ask that question. I don't always ask that question personally, even though I try and support companies that do. 7, could you provide a list of all your current vegan items available for purchase? So that's something, again, you have to decide if you want to ask those questions. And yeah, so that being said, now there are some companies when you email them, if these are sort of some tips to watch out for, if you hear the words except where required by law, to me that would be a warning sign, to perhaps stay away. It should never be an unless with animal testing. Then you have to decide whether or not to make your decision on that, and maybe let other people know. We're all in this together. We all inform each other. Sometimes companies will not get back right away. Sometimes you do have to push them. With Nix being an example, they were not very forthright and upcoming, and people had to go through PETA and email them, and That's why I don't always recommend Next personally. I only own one product from them, but giving some real examples. Now here's a positive example. One person that's not on any of those lists is Gosh Cosmetics. I've done a review. This is their foundation, Exceptional Wear Foundation in the shade Porcelain. It's great, and they are cruelty-free. I've contacted their company. They were very honest and forthright and gave all the very detailed information about all the questions that I just mentioned. There is another company who I won't mention. If you want me to mention it, send me a message. I'll let you know who it is. But there is a company who I wasn't quite sure, and I asked other people as well on YouTube, which I rarely do because I'm always saying the same thing. I'm saying in this video, you should do the research yourself, which I have done. But some companies will say that they don't test. However, may use words such as, what were the exact words I said? To the best of my knowledge. That kind of made myself and other people go, to the best of my knowledge. That's not really, why is it to the best of your knowledge? You should know whether you do or not. So you have to make your own decision on that. That's not as huge a thing, but yeah. Another example, if you want to look on products, that's Sleeping Bunny right there. If you see something, any other logo on a product, and if it says, we don't test on animals, please disregard that information. Again, please refer to Leaping Bunny's list, PETA's do test list, and email the company yourself, being always a good bet to do. Another great resource you can try is the Vegan Peach website from Ashley Lily White Matricide on YouTube. Has a great resource, cruelty-free list, anything from household products to cosmetics to personal care products and beyond. So take a look down there. And again, not every company will be listed there. A lot of them are. And you can check the other lists and resources I mentioned as well. Another great resource to mention, I couldn't help it, is Logical Harmony. I've spoken with her directly through email, and she's a fantastic resource for finding out updates on cruelty-free brands and that kind of information. And that would be on her, she has a YouTube channel. She's sort of new to YouTube channel. I hope she continues to make great videos and sharing information that way to reach even more people, whatever feels right for her, of course. But another one being her blog, which I will link down below. So I hope this has been informative and helped you. I know about a lot of companies, but I don't know about all of them. Best thing to do is email them, check the lists, and we can all share lists together. So have a wonderful, beautiful day, and I hope that we continue to bring awareness to these issues and to find great brands that don't test, which I and many other people are doing.